Paul, the trade of the day within the telco sector is?
Vodacom is the one we want to go for, but the reason is interesting. We like these stocks, both of them. We're both talking up their prospects and their current pricing opportunity. But we have already got quite a sizable MTN position in the hot stocks portfolio. It first made us some money and then it gave it back. It's quite a large position because, as you can tell, I'm quite keen on this sector. So the idea here is to add a Vodacom position as well, which means we're substantially overweight this particular sector. But you know what? I don't care about being overweight, underweight. What does that mean? All it means is that we think these stocks are attractive. In the hot stocks portfolio, we're using relatively short-term trades, but not too short, 2 to 3 month type positions. So I'm pretty confident that Vodacom can make us some money here as well.
Let's take a look at why you're backing Vodacom. Are you also overweight MTN at this stage?
Yeah, look, we own both of them. But I mean, at a 7% dividend yield, it's just a no-brainer. If the foreigners do come back, they certainly are searching for yield globally at the moment. There's a lot of hot cash around with all the central banks working in tandem. So certainly a 7% dividend yield should bode well for the investment horizon.
Yeah, you've got to question sustainability of this trend.
Well, look, there could be things that go wrong. We could see some sort of event in Iran. There's an election coming up in Iran and the Ayatollah has to decide who he's going to allow to run. I mean, I'm Mr. Optimistic, so I'll always say, oh, well, Iran's going to pull up its socks and join the real world sometime soon. But, it could go the other way. We've seen quite unstable circumstances in Cyprus and Syria, both places where MTN operates, but who cares? They don't seem to worry. As far as Vodacom's concerned, we need to see a continuance of that positive trend with regard to their non-South African operations.
And you were talking about off-air some reorganization that's starting to happen.
Yeah, that's interesting because Vodafone, the parent company, is busy talking to Verizon in America about a joint venture called Verizon Wireless there. And there's some talk that either those two companies could merge or that one could buy some portion of the other. So at that point, it's possible that the global assets of Vodafone, are in play in some way. But you know what? I don't even think that's, really an issue for Vodafone, for Vodacom rather, because it's kind of operating down here and doing such a good job and paying such good dividends back to London.
Does it give it some added leverage, though, that reorganization?
Yeah, I don't think from a Vodacom perspective, it might be a bit of more competitiveness for MTN in the rest of Africa and some of the other countries. But I think from a local point of view, and Vodacom only operating in these 5 countries, it would probably be much. I can't see that being a big problem for them. And they might source some phones, etc., via that relationship a bit cheaper. That puts a bit more subscriber numbers on the table for the group itself. But I don't think too much from that.
Yeah.
I've thought of another potential catalyst, which I wanted to mention earlier. That Cell C has been basically messing up the South African market. Alan Knott-Craig's strategy of undercutting. I've got a feeling he's running out of road. If his shareholders decide this strategy is not a good one, and there is some sense that MTN and Vodacom are winning and that Cell C is capitulating, that could be another net positive catalyst in an upward direction for both stocks. So there's another reason to be long both of them at this time.